first day on set, I do remember.
My first day on set was a million years ago, I feel like.
Actually, my first porn set ever, I got to fuck on a bed, which is amazing to get a bed in a porn scene because it rarely happens.
Thank goodness that the guy that I was working with, I don't remember his name. He was really great and walked me through like the scene. He moved me into the positions and he was really cool about it. But yeah, that was my first scene.
I was nervous before, like the day before, but when it came to the day of, after I got my makeup done and got on set, I think that it came to me very naturally, and when I met the guy that I was gonna have sex with, we clicked pretty instantly and it went very well, and it wasn't anything like I was expecting at all, and the positions were crazy and slightly uncomfortable, but I got the hang of it pretty fast and I knew I loved it the first day.
I was a little weirded out at first because I was like, what's supposed to be going on? I'm like, I know I'm supposed to be fucking, but I'm like, do I suck his dick in between takes? Like, I didn't know at that point that you're supposed to like suck the dude's dick, like even when the camera's off, to keep him hard, keep it going and keep it all good and happy. It was a fun scene. The only part that kind of weirded me out was when he'd like jizzed in me because it was a cream pie scene. And that's when I was like, I like all of this but the random jizz in my vagina. So now I only do cream pies with people that I'm very, very familiar with.
We kept making plans to do the scene and it kept getting canceled. And Joanna's request was to be fully shaved. She didn't want to do something with a guy with hair, and I'm hairy, so I was like, okay, fine, I'll keep doing it. So like 3 weeks go on and she keeps canceling. Until the day I get there early, we're supposed to meet at this like themed hotel. I'm waiting in a park for her, and like I'm sitting next to some old people and I'm really excited. I'm like texting friends. And I remember she texts me, I'm here, so I get up to walk over, and for no reason, the old lady goes like, good luck. And I was like, yeah, okay. I thought that was weird, so I was like, thank you. So I meet Joanna and we get to the hotel and all the plumbing is destroyed. Like, so the whole theme room we were gonna use was not happening. I was like, no, I can't keep shaving my body. I'm itchy, this is driving me crazy. Let me call a friend. So I was in a band and I called my drummer and I was like, dude, can I use your loft? And he's like, yeah, dude. He's like, can I bring people there? I was like, I don't care, we just need a place to do this. We have to do it today. So as we're shooting, they're texting like everybody in the building. So as we're shooting, you keep hearing the exit door open. And we had the lights facing us, it was hard to kind of see past the lights, but I could tell that little by little there was more people gathering. We do the whole scene, and at the end of the scene we get a round of applause. It went from 3 people to like 30 people. It was insane, and that was my first porn scene.
Oh, my first day on set was like super chill. It was actually like really, really easy. My scene was for Ed Powers, and he has like a super minimum crew. It was like him and one other guy, and like no pressure, and yeah, it was easy and fun and a whole lot of money, and I came back for more like immediately. I thought I would do like just 1 or 2, and then no, I really, really liked it.
I was very, very nervous because actually before porn, I only had sex, I think, with like 3 different people. I definitely was nervous because it was just a new experience and people watching you have sex, and I've never acted before. Afterwards though, it was like a piece of cake, I was fine.
My very first day on a set was like a last minute scene. They were like, okay, you're going to set right now. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? And they sent me there, and there were like 50 or 60 extras on set at the house, and then like 3 or 4 other girls there, because it was like all girl. There were so many people running around, and I was like, oh my God, what do I do? And it was my first experience ever with a girl, and they had us in a closet, like a tiny closet that was actually filled with things, and so no one in the crew could fit in the closet, and so they were all like stacked on top of each other in the doorway trying to get like sound and lights in there and all this stuff, and it was just kind of insane. It might have been one of the most like difficult, chaotic experiences, but I got it out of the way first, so everything since then has been cake.
I got sent home because the girl that I was supposed to do the scene with showed up without her IDs, so we actually couldn't shoot the scene. But we rescheduled it for the following day, and she actually did remember to bring her IDs.
So I got to the studio, we did a hidden camera tanning bed, little snippet. Well, I did my hair and makeup first, and then I did that. And then him and me, you know, that's when he introduced himself to me, and he came up and just like kissed me on the cheek, made it really comfortable, and it was just him and me. Like, we did POV, we got into his car, smoked cigarettes, just talked, got to kind of know each other, got to feel up on each other, kind of get in the mood a little bit, and it felt, I was like, damn, I could do this. This makes sense. This is like me meeting someone I don't know, but I think is super cute, and even if they're not the cutest, I pretty much find everyone attractive that I've worked with. You know, and just it just felt like we weren't even working. Like, I just got in his car and he had a camera, like a little, you know, camera, and we were trying to find some public places to do like a voyeur thing, you know, and we found a boatyard. We paid the guy off like $100 to kind of, you know, keep it low key, and we just went off and like we just went with it. We just made it all up on our own, and so, you know, it was really laid back. It was like the best way to enter this industry, honestly.
It was a little rough. It was like 105 degrees outside, and it was one of those disgustingly sweaty, hot scenes with, you know, I mean, obviously I was new talent, the girl was new, but we got through it, no problem. So I was like, hey, I kind of like this. Stuck around.
I was with my boyfriend in the comfort of my own city. The day was really quick. I think it took about 3.5 hours, 4 hours, because it was, you know, I was doing the scene with someone I'm so comfortable with. I literally thought porn was gonna be just like that every day, and it's not.
Everything was amazing. I was waiting for like the nervous like butterflies to kick in. They never came. And I remember leaving the scene and like calling my agent and being like, oh my gosh, that was how shooting a scene was. That was like really easy and super fun.
I was hired to do a BJ scene because when you're a new guy, like that's what you get is a BJ scene, because they don't think you can carry like a full scene. But for the most part, it's pretty easy. Just lay there and get blown. Like, how can you mess that up? Although guys can. And so I got blown by a chick, and I can't remember her name, but she looked like Shania Twain, like a porn Shania Twain. That was awesome. It was like a massage, and she blew me. And then the guy that was supposed to do the scene after me canceled, because I didn't know it at the time, but like in porn, everybody cancels all the time. And so the director said, do you want to do a second one? So I was like, yeah. And so then the second girl, so I got 2 BJs in one day, and I got paid for it.
It literally was supposed to just be boy, girl. I get to set, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna add in another girl. So it ended up being a boy, girl, girl. And I had only had one like previous encounter with a female before porn. So I was super nervous and I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know like how to eat pussy. I didn't really know anything. Like, I felt so innocent, so it was definitely challenging for me, for sure.
I was definitely a little nervous, but I had fun. I guess pretty much once the fucking started, I was pretty good to go. He was whispering things in Spanish in my ear, and I was like, oh, yes. Yes, this is where I belong.
The first day I was ever on set, I would say, was for a bondage photo shoot. But I didn't know that it was going to be a bondage photo shoot until the photographer, after posing me in some corsets and some, you know, black and white smoking by the window things, was like, and this is what I'm really into, which I found inordinately creepy at the time. I went on to be his webmaster for several years, so obviously he wasn't a serial killer. I was 19. It was with India Summers, and it was amazing. I was nervous about it, I'm not gonna lie, because I was intimidated about the scripts. I was nervous that I wasn't gonna be able to memorize all the dialogue in time. But it turns out Girlfriends Films is all improv, so I had a blast, and I actually remember the entire day, and I got to take a bubble bath.
That was cool too.
It was a girl scene. I was brand new. I answered an ad off of Craigslist and I was not murdered, as you can see. I was super nervous and it was a massage scene and I was actually shaking. So if you watch the scene, please don't. And there's a fly going around and then I was just super nervous and I realized, you know what? I'm just gonna do to her what feels good on me and the rest is history and now I'm here. Stay in school.